I have been wanting LEGO Disneyland sets for years, and we've gotten little taste here and there, but this is the Mainstreet USA set, which releases June 1st, 2026 for $400 in the United States. This has 3,899 pieces and 16 minifigures, and it is loaded with different references. I mean, t-shirts of characters from all around Disney franchises. You know, I'm a Toy Story fan. This is technically a Toy Story set in some ways, more ways than one. But there's also 3 amazing new minifigure pieces with the Mickey Mouse ears hat piece, this new hat that they have going on for the Dapper Dans, and Minnie Mouse ears, which are dual molded with a bow. I absolutely love the minifigures of this set. However, as an interpretation of these iconic buildings on Mainstreet USA, can't help but feel pretty underwhelmed, especially for the $400 price. The buildings you get are the fire station, the Disneyland Emporium, the Crystal Arcade, and the jewelry shop. These are loaded with Easter eggs we'll get to in a bit, but when I look at the sizing of these buildings and how they capture this exterior detail, it looks very weak compared to the 2019 Disney train station. The design there looks substantial and is what I was expecting to get for the sizing of the buildings and the detail level of the buildings. It's something where you look at the Diagon Alley Harry Potter set from 2020, which originally released for $400 and then they bumped it up to $450 in summer 2022, not adjusted for inflation. That is how I wanted the buildings of this set to be. Those are buildings. That's a street. I really wish we took that sizing and put it with these different buildings, because this would be a home run. But as it stands, these look kind of bad. If I had to be honest, they're very simplistic, and it's kind of hard to tell that they're even representing these specific buildings. I mean, speaking to that Diagon Alley set, it was 17 minifigures, so 1 minifigure more, but it had 5,544 pieces. And then you look at this set and there's 3,899 pieces, $50 less though. It kind of reminds me of the downsizing of the Krusty Burger, which we got last year for LEGO Simpsons, compared to the LEGO Simpsons sets that came out 10 years to 11 years before. You look at the Quickie Mart and you look at the Simpsons house, and those were cheaper at their initial retail price. Again, not adjusted for inflation, both of those were $200, but they had so much more substantial buildings. There's some shrinkflation going on with recent LEGO icon sets, and I don't know what's up. I mean, just put this fire station next to the Disney train station. That's pathetic if you ask me. But okay, let's take a close look at each of these buildings. The design of this fire department captures iconic parts like the bell at the very top, though yeah, it's kind of hard to tell it's a bell. I just do not like how that bell build looks. LEGO's pretty good at making building bells. You think of the fire brigade from LEGO Modulars, that has a substantial bell if you ask me. For such a premium price, it's frustrating how much of the set uses stickers, and you can see right at the front there's 3 stickers for the sign, and the green on those don't even match the green of the tile that they're on. Beyond that though, there's a door to the left, and there's those opening doors in the middle right there, which you do get the fire engine in this set. Which honestly, that doesn't feel undersized. Like, yeah, that is pretty small in real life, so I don't mind that build. Noticing some stickers at the very front, and there's also a sticker at the very top for the Disneyland logo. At this side right here, you even have a bench with a sticker on it. The bottom floor isn't anything too interesting, but the second floor is replication of Walt's apartment as it is in the parks. I love that 50s interior design they have going on there with the chair builds and everything. There's even this little picture of Mickey Mouse, which I can't find on the internet. I know I've seen this before. You can see the specific outfit and everything, but that is a sticker. That looks cool. Oh, and there's a piano in this corner right here. Next is the Disneyland Emporium, which, yeah, downsized to all heck. That just looks pathetic next to the actual thing. But I do like how they capture the architecture of this one's exterior, especially how they build up the side wall, like bricky design with the 1x2 tiles, whether it be the one that are the half circles or just the regular rectangular ones, some 1x1 tiles as well. The banners look pretty weak. I wish there was some printing on this curved tile piece. There is some more discolored stickers where if you look at the signs for the Disneyland Emporium, they're trimmed with a piece that doesn't really match the tan pieces that they're on. I guess the little banners right here with the Disneyland logo look fine. Walt was known to put lots of trash cans in the park, and yeah, those look pretty good with the sticker blend right there. I like that. Inside, like the actual building, it's one floor, but there's some miniatures at the top floor. And the design of this has a Star Wars poster in the corner, which it's really hard to see. We don't get a great look at. That is awesome. I could see a lot of people putting that in their sig figs rooms. This building has 3 out of the 4 Mickey Mouse ears, and I love that you get at least 4 of them in this set. In this scene alone, we got 4 of the Minnie Mouse bow hair pieces, where there's one in the window, which is also the same color as the one that this minifigure is wearing. There's one that's like a silver design, and then one that's the classic black and red design. There's stickers of a Moana and a Rapunzel doll, which are stickers on a 1x2 tile. There's a 2x2 Grogu tile, which is stickered, and a Baby Groot tile. For some reason, when I first saw this, I thought that was Beetlejuice. I don't know why. That makes no sense in context. At the very top, we have the Haunted Mansion. Is this Splash Mountain or Thunder Mountain? We have the Sleeping Beauty Castle, which is Disneyland's castle. The train, which looks like the Disneyland Railroad, and the mini build for It's a Small World, which is actually a really good miniature build. I like how they captured that. That's impressive. And then the Jungle Cruise. The build for the chandelier looks cute as well. Oh, and this is Rapunzel's tower. Then there's the Crystal Arcade. One thing I do actually have to say that I forgot to point out is that these are all on 16x32 base plates, which I know from leaks, some people thought they were just on regular plates. So no, I'm glad they're 16x32 base plates, because that means you can make them modular. Seems like they do have holes at the side of the buildings, just seeing how these are all connected. And if you even look at the fire department, they have holes right there. So you could integrate that into your modular buildings in one way or another. But keep in mind, they're facades with pretty little depth. But the design for the Crystal Arcade is shared with the jewelry shop, all on that one base plate. So anyways, the Crystal Arcade. I think this is my favorite of the exteriors. It doesn't look super undersized comparatively for this front part. I really like how this front part looks, even if it's loaded with stickers, and I would have preferred if they were prints. The design with the lights and everything looks good if you ask me. And inside we have more merchandise. One thing is that part of this building is part of the Emporium, but it's connected to this base plate here. So if you display this separately, seemingly you're just gonna have this open part right here, because you can see that is a separate building to the Crystal Emporium. So we'll cover that for this interior section. So for the bottom floor, there's an Ariel and Elsa doll, same 1x2 sticker design that we got with the other store. There's a little mini up house going on right there. And also Gus from Cinderella, which we've seen that piece before. Once again, nice chandelier at the top, which uses the broom piece in clear, which we haven't seen except for the aquarium. Love that part usage there. That looks great. Anyways, to the right here, you can see that part that connects to the Emporium has a miniature Wally build, which is freaking adorable. I love that. I love how we have Wally in like so many different scales. And then there's Buzz and Woody dolls on sale, which are 1x2 tile stickers. That's something I've wanted for so long. I mean, I remember Ash and Flash and I made that custom minifigure series back in the day, and we had like miniatures of those characters. And while these aren't statuette figures, it kind of harkens back to that. So I am pretty happy about that, because it's just cool to have the actual toy versions of those characters. Oh, and in this corner, you can see there's some Marvel figures, and the design of those are Captain America, Iron Man, the Hulk, and Spider-Man. At the very top, we have more references with the Mark Twain riverboat and the Tower of Terror. The next room has the monorail and Space Mountain. And then finally, for the jewelry shop, LEGO doesn't really have a great image of this side of the building, which I have to pull from the not really 360 view, because for some reason they just stopped doing 360 views and they have this where it's like a spin around that goes around so fast. I'm like, I like the 360 views because we get angles that we didn't see before. So now I have to like freeze this one part. Whatever, this is not really that relevant. The design on the side right here looks pretty bad for the jewelry shop. This is just like a brick wall that's just kind of open there. But you can see the little Technic receiving holes. But I do like the front, even if it is downsized. I like the purple they have going on there. Anyways, inside they have another one of the bow ears and also a tiara. At the very top, we have the multi-plane camera, which, you know, we previously got a full-on Lego set for Disney's 100th anniversary. Right below that, we get the Matterhorn miniature build, which seems pretty cute. And I think this is the Jules Verne submarine, so that's a cool reference. Oh, and I forgot to point out bottom floor, Beauty and the Beast rose. There might be something behind that, but again, they don't give us the best angles with these pictures. Final build would be the popcorn cart, which I absolutely love the build for the popcorn cart. Like, that doesn't look undersized of all things. Very cool, kind of like a retro popcorn cart going on there. Better than any other Lego popcorn cart. Seemingly, there's like a beam you push and it pops the popcorn. I see a statuette minifigure there that's white. Is that supposed to be the Baymax popcorn bucket? The design there is something else that I have to point out, because there's these Mickey Mouse balloons, which is another completely new piece exclusive to the set. That looks awesome. I love what's going on there. And those are the three colors that you get them in this set. Lime green, this light blue, and this pink. So yeah, wow. The builds here, again, have some sizing issues. There's a lot of things I like, lots of Easter eggs. As for the minifigures, there's mostly new torso prints, and as I pointed out, new pieces altogether. So the Dapper Dans all have new torso prints. I love the color coding on them. The one thing though is that they're missing the color stripe on their hat, which is a sore spot if you ask me. That just feels kind of cheap on Lego's end. The only face I think that's new out of all these is maybe this one, but don't quote me on that, because again, I don't think there's many new face prints in this set. This is the Mickey Mouse from the 2016 Disney Castle, but it's a downgrade. 10 years later, and they're just going backwards. There's no side leg printing, so you just have the shoe printing at the front, and you don't have those stripes at the side, and there's also no coattail piece. Like, come on, Lego, this is just lame. Minnie Mouse is similar, but you can see the torso print slightly different. Now, I know people are going to say consumerist slop. I love the park goer torsos because I love having casual minifigures that you could find in the mall or whatever. And this is all character clothing, which is something that we rarely get from Lego. It looks more real than, say, a casual torso from Lego. So you have one with Mickey Mouse on this sweater right here. You have a t-shirt with Stitch, which this guy has a churro. That's really funny. The churro build there actually looks better than the churro build they did with the Marvel Advent Calendar. I think his face print's new, but don't quote me there. This store clerk actually has a really cool dress piece and torso print. These overalls with flounder on them are adorable. And once again, I love that bow hair Minnie Mouse piece or whatever. I'm not sure if this face print is new, but it looks pretty distinct. And the torso print there looks neat. It's another store clerk. This person right here has my hair, and the torso print right there has a stormtrooper on like a sweater. That's really neat. This Spider-Man is actually a print that we got with the 4+ Spider-Man sets. That was actually a clever part usage because that does look more casual. And this person in general just looks like Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four set. So that's kind of funny. Is this face print new too? It looks very expressive, but that might be my favorite torso since it's a Toy Story reference. Love the little green alien on there. Super useful park employee torso on this figure. And to me, it's one of the most random references, but it's the Firefly from Princess and the Frog on a little shirt right there. I guess that's the least iconic of all these characters, but screw it, that's awesome. Also, is this Disney's first lesbian couple? Also, I forgot to point out, but Sebastian is in this set as well, which is the one that they use for the mini dolls. Whew, okay, I think we covered everything with this set. So much in here. Again, it works in some ways. Like, the minifigures are incredible in my opinion, even if they're not perfect. Again, the Dapper Dans are missing the color on the hat. The buildings, though, do feel very undersized, and there's just something with this shrinkage going on over the course of LEGO releasing the past 10 years, you know? Again, you look at Diagon Alley, which was only 6 years ago, and that is the sizing I wanted for these buildings. But what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you think I'm being too harsh on this set? Do you love this set? Do you dislike this set? That's what the comment section is for. Just be respectful. Subscribe here for more LEGO news and commentary and honest LEGO takes. And seriously, you clicking that like button and clicking that subscribe button It goes a long way for me, and it goes a long way for you because there's constant LEGO news. And I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.